I first got exposed to election in 1997. As a very young student then, I was just about to complete my university, and the late chairman of the ECK, the defunct ECK, the late Honorable Justice Zacchaeus Chesoni, gave me an opportunity to work in the 1997 general election. At that time, the ECK, the defunct now, was dealing with the issues of civic and voter education. But if you fast forward now, civic education is no longer a domain of the current IEBC. So Zacchaeus Chesoni then, may his soul rest in peace, thought I will be in charge of training of trainers, in the sense that I'll train so many clerical officers who will then be deployed outside to go and man the general election. After completing that task on election in 1997, so I was actively involved in 1997, after 6 months, the late Chesoni gave me another contract again to be in charge of our warehouse and supervising people in that warehouse, where now the election materials, the ballot boxes and ballot papers, you remember those days we were using the black ones, were now being brought back to the headquarters for storage and for purposes of preparation of election petition. Those are what we call sensitive electoral materials. That was the end of my assignment with the Electoral Commission of Kenya. And sometimes in 2007, in 2006, I left Kenya to go and undergo my master's degree in the US. As you observe elections, and I said 8 countries, have consolidated certain skills and in essence acquiring them as now my call of nature in terms of election. One, you need to understand administration. In the countries and in the places I've visited, I've been able to understand that an EMB can easily mess the election if the administration, the governance structures of that institution, and the management of that institution is lacking. That is a skill that I want to import and try it here if I'm lucky. The other skill that I've been able to know is the governance skills. In most of those institutions, you realize that during election, things become so hot, and you need to have somebody who brings in these soft governance skills to minimize or reduce the chances of conflict. That is something that I want to leverage on. Another skill that I want to bring is that I have a background of human rights. And in elections, I want to see what is the human right component that we can bring in this institution. Why do we see some members of the IEBC losing their lives, dying, and there's no scheme to compensate them? These skills are what I want to bring, innovate them from other countries. I've seen them working. I want to see how this can work. And these are the skills that I want to bring over and above my legal training. Finally, I want to bring a skill of reform. I've been privileged to do reform in terms of following up on every year's election report whenever a country does the election, and ensuring that those recommendations that have come from those reports find their way in the legal reform, in the policy reform, or in the administrative reforms. That is the skill that I think I have and I want to bring.